and want to open their eyes to see how wrong this company is and why.
Too many hackers.
But I can no longer put on a smile and play this game while it's clear as day that this company cares only about their self-profits.
Rules of Survival is a Battle Royale style game developed by NetEase, and all through the game was an immediate ripoff to PUBG. The game guarded attention with its high graphics and survival experience. However, just as fast as Rules of Survival bloomed, it began to wither. A vast selection of YouTubers dedicated to rules quitting with the snap of a finger. But why? Upon entering the game, you see nothing but ads, and this isn't just any normal ad. These are cosmetic ads for their products, all crammed with effects and bright colors. It's barely possible to enter a screen in your menu where things are simplified because the developers crammed every nook and cranny with advertisements about cosmetics, and that's where the problem starts to escalate. Fortnite popularized the addition of cosmetics in games, something your player could purchase and wear during the game. While the cosmetics idea in theory works, Rules of Survival doesn't fully understand the concept of them. You see, in a game like Fortnite, the cosmetics are balanced. Nothing looks too wild and everything fits the Fortnite theme of an animation style type game. However, when taking a look at Rules of Survival's cosmetics, they had one sole purpose: to sell as many stuff as possible to maximize the money. So how did Rules of Survival achieve this goal? NetEase purposely developed skins to target as many people as possible using flaming and over-the-top skins. Judging solely by the look of the items, it looks great, prompting the majority of players to steal their mum's credit card and buy that sweet merch. However, when it comes to playing with the cosmetics, you look like a peacock while the rest of the people look like Magikarps floating around on the floor. Fortnite has a balance while designing its cosmetics, taking into consideration how they look compared to other people, and making sure to maintain the overall theme. Rules ignores the basic necessities of keeping the game together, and instead blows it out in the wildest of cosmetics, achieving a look that Rules of Survival is milking the game to its full potential, with its designs that are made specifically to target as many buyers, yet not taking into consideration how it ruins the games and its themes. There's no secret about the Rules of Survival's success in the mobile market. The game was designed to replicate the PUBG experience with the formula of jumping out of a plane, landing with a parachute along with very similar buildings and a style of realism. This is no mere crazy coincidence. NetEase saw a cow that could milk in the Battle Royale industry, so they released 4 mobile Battle Royale games: Knives Out, Rules of Survival, Survival Royale, and Fortcraft. Rules of Survival had a set expiration date. Why would a single company develop 4 Battle Royale games if they actually cared about longevity? However, believe it or not, this isn't the first instance of the developers using the same technique of replicating games, as a game hit #1 on the China App Stores, very similar to the Canadian developers game, Dead by Daylight. Rules of Survival was so similar to PUBG that many people believed it to have been made by the same developers, leading to an infamous lawsuit against NetEase. However, while Rules of Survival rode its wave of success with the basis that it is the PUBG of mobile, Epic Games and PUBG Corporation had the same ideas in their mind, releasing PUBG Mobile and Fortnite Mobile, the gods of Battle Royale moving their market to mobile. This left Rules of Survival's only thread of success strategy being the PUBG Mobile thrown into the water, leaving many YouTubers to leave the sinking boat into more developed games such as Fortnite Mobile. More the desperation NetEase made to create as many cows to milk for money, it's no wonder they're desperately trying to release more and more fancy skins before the boat finally sinks into the water. The amount of Battle Royale games NetEase has produced, the main big Rules of Survival, makes it very clear to people that the sole reason of all the games is truthfully money. And that was ultimately its downfall. Now, most of you might bring down the cosmetics to the reasoning, oh, but they need to make money. And yes, that's true to an extent. However, when a game solely focuses on squeezing every last bit of cash out of everyone, it ignores the main purpose of the game itself. I'll play you some clips of famous Rules of Survival YouTubers dying to a hacker or a bug.
Just chilling. I got shotgun across the map, dude.
Are you kidding me? Phase through walls, go through floor.
Oh, you're a hacker.
Yet, while thousands of hackers run free in the game, making every single game unfair, the only action we see from the developers is more skins. NetEase is more focused on getting money than actually focusing on the disease taking over the game, especially when it's so blatantly thrown into their face. The only real thing NetEase is focused on is making money, leaving the game to die right in front of their very eyes. NetEase is so much more focused on making the new complex skins than actually fixing the game. So when you die to an invisible player or stuck inside a wall, the only thing they can think about is how they can maximize the cash with the next cool skin. Rules of Survival does attempt to implement anti-hacker systems, however the priority of hackers isn't high on their list. The hindrance can't simply be put down to the fact that it is hard to stomp out hackers altogether. When complex games such as Fortnite or PUBG can stop the majority of hackers, there is no argument as to why a game like Rules of Survival can't. It's not often you see people so ignorant on the performance of their own game, and instead giving us the, new pew gun. Jesus Christ, someone kill me. They have zero care for the audience that supports and keeps the game running, which is why people have decided to throw rules under the bus and leave it without foundations they never cared about. Now with the foundations that supported all leaving, along with new Battle Royale games slowly eroding away at the game, the only thing we can do left is watch as Rules of Survival crashes to the floor, to its final resting place. In hell.